And hello and what is up, friends? Today we're going to be setting up a trellis net and getting these 4 plants ready to flip to flower. It is actually day 25 of veg since these plants came out of the cloner. And before flipping to flower, we just have to go through a little bit of a checklist to make sure that we could actually get the best yield possible. Everything that I'm using for this grow is from Spider Farmer, starting with the self-wicking watering pots that is fed by the 50-liter reservoir. Also, the pots that I'm using and that I'm actually liking a little bit more, and it seems to be a little bit more consistent with the water transfer, would be the Spider Farmer pots. Their fabric pots. I would actually recommend that over the thicker fabric material. I seem to like this a little bit better, and it stays moist all through the bag much better. So I would definitely recommend using those bags from Spider Farmer as well. Now, I'm also running their PPFD humidity sensors and the CO2 sensors as well. When it comes to the light, I'm running the GS 5000. I'm also using the Spider Farmer 6-inch oscillating fan, the 6-inch inline fan, and to control everything, absolutely everything except pretty much the watering part, would be the Spider Farmer GGS controller, which pretty much controls the light, the fans, the oscillating fans. It also gives me a reading on the CO2 and the PPFD, so I could actually dial this run and get some data and see at what PPFD are the plants happy, what CO2, and get some data on these plants and see how they react, since we are running CO2 for this run. But okay, friends, let's start setting up the trellis net and see how they look after we get everything settled down, and try to get these plants probably scrod net as short as possible, since I know they're gonna stretch somewhere around 2.5 to 3 feet. Trust me on this.
Now, when I say these plants could grow up to 3 feet during that stretch, I really do mean it. And that's actually one of my biggest fears when it comes to growing these strains. Again, we have the Trico Jordan and we have the Chimera, both by Bee-Leaf Genetics. And now when it comes to this trellis net, it's not the one that I usually use, but it is the one that it's easiest to install. When it comes to watering, I did water from the top twice, and it was a small amount of water just because the cocoa was really dry. And also I could attribute that to the cocoa that I was using when I picked it up from the hydroponic store. I guess it was really old. Actually, it was the last 4 bags that they had, and it was really dry, and it took quite a while for it to absorb the water. And I think it just till recently where it started to actually be really moist on the top, to where as soon as I scratched down a little bit, I could already start to see white roots already all through the top of the cocoa core. So I could just imagine a little bit deeper into the pot, it's just probably going to be covered in roots. I also repositioned the PPFD meter and the CO2 meters, of course, so that way I could get a more accurate reading of what the canopy is sitting at. And now, more than likely, these plants are going to get flipped to flower within the next 24 to 48 hours tops, just because I am so afraid of that stretch. But I should have a whole lot of data that I could go ahead and take with the PPFD and the CO2 sensors. So this way I could try to see what's really going on. And if you guys are interested, here are my temperature, my humidity, my VPD, my CO2, and my PPFD. The soil temperatures and stuff like that is missing from data, I will be getting those prongs, so I will be having that data further on into the flower stage. But okay, friends, as I always like to say, I'm not going to take any more of your time because I want you to watch the rest of my videos. So until next time, this is Grass in Class signing out. Peace.